Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Project Gaia. JP here, and today we are in a fascinating location called Nerja, Spain. Now, what this is known for is as being the most maintained village on the Costa del Sol. So the majority of the Costa del Sol has a lot of high rises and kind of resembles a sort of Miami, right? So a lot of parties, a lot of big beach destination, all of that. Now that's not to say that Nerja isn't touristy, because it very much so is. However, out of all the Costa del Sol cities and villages, this one has the most maintained architecture, meaning it still has the Pueblo Blanco architecture, which is kind of that white Andalusian southern Spain village, which is really beautiful. So what we're going to do on this tour is we're going to explore why this is such a big tourist destination, because it truly is beautiful, and it has a lot of historic significance as well. And we're just going to explore the town and see why this is such a fascinating destination for both the international community and people here in Spain. Now, an absolute must-do when you're here in Nerja is to visit the Nerja Caves. Now, these are about 1 to 2 miles east of the actual village, but they are truly fascinating. They are so beautiful, so dramatic, and so interesting. And they have a Paleolithic past, so they were only discovered in the 1950s, but they have opened the caves to the public, and they do a lot of research, and they learn a lot about early man by studying the Paleolithic archaeological remains that they found within this giant cave. So let's head in. To say that these caves are absolutely gorgeous. They are stunning. It amazes me just how time can produce all this amazing geology. I mean, the stalagmites and the stalactites, it creates this sort of portrait of time down here, and it's really moving, and it's so awe-inspiring. I mean, how high the ceiling is. I mean, it's got to be 60, 70 feet at least. This is a large cave. One thing about it though that I have to say is it's self-guided and it's pretty easy to navigate. So it's all like a trail. I've been on some cave tours where they're very rugged. You know, you have to wear almost like hiking shoes, and you have to be very aware of your stepping. This is kind of like a trail. It's all concrete, and there are handrails and stuff like that. So you know, don't be intimidated about coming down here, but I highly recommend this because this is truly unique and beautiful. And what's also fascinating about it is its unique Paleolithic, basically caveman history. It truly is fascinating. I mean, if I were a caveman, I'd want to live down here. Been on a lot of cave tours, and I have to say this may be the most dramatic cave interior I've ever seen. It doesn't even look real. It looks almost like it's out of a movie set, like you're on Mars or something. You know, I've seen a lot of the stalagmites, the stalactites, and they're always beautiful, but something about this place, it's just, they're so dramatic. It doesn't even look real. Like I said, it looks like out of a Star Wars movie or something. So truly get in here and enjoy it, and take some time, you know, take all your photos and stuff too, but take some time and really appreciate just the beauty of this place and how amazing it is and how interesting it is. I mean, it truly is unique and one of a kind when it comes to cave exploration. A must-do in Nerja is to see the Balcon de Europa. So this is one of the southernmost points in Europe. And the Balcony of Europe is what it's translated to in English, basically is this vista, right? So you go out on it, and it's a balcony, and you can overlook the Mediterranean Sea and the Andalusian mountains and the beach below, and it truly is breathtaking. There are a lot of people here, but it's kind of worth it, right, to see this amazing view. I mean, it truly looks like something out of a screensaver. I mean, I'm just in awe of how amazingly beautiful this is. This is definitely something you have to see in your lifetime. And you know, it's a great public space too. There's people out, there's music playing, there's palm trees, the sun, the hot southern Andalusian sun is just beating on you as you look out deep into the Mediterranean Sea. You know, the Balcon de Europa being one of the best views in Europe really is fantastic, and I can see why people come from all over just to come to this one destination. It truly is moving. I mean, you have the mountains in the background, plunging deep into the sea, people swimming, the music. It really makes you happy, makes you feel alive, and you know, these are the moments in life that make it so worth living.
Right beside the Balcon de Europa stands the Church of El Salvador, a 17th century parish that has watched over Nerja for centuries. With its whitewashed facade, simple bell tower, and blend of Baroque and Mudéjar design, it reflects the layered history of southern Spain. Sitting quietly in a small plaza off the main promenade, the church feels both humble and timeless.
So where we are now is the Museo de Nerja, and this teaches you all about Nerja's local history, from Paleolithic times to the Phoenicians, to the Romans, to the Moors, up into the present day. And it truly is pretty interesting. You can learn a little bit more about the history of this place, and it's included in your ticket to the Nerja Caves, so might as well check it out. Also too, it gets you out of that hot midday Andalusian sun, so if you're not going to the beach, I recommend coming here for a little bit to cool down. It's also a great place to use the bathroom as well. So definitely check this out when you're here. It has some pretty interesting exhibits. Now, one of the best things to do when you're here in Nerja is simply explore its streets. Now, it has maintained some of the most beautiful Pueblo Blanco architecture in southern Spain, and that's saying a lot for a city that's located right on the sea, because unfortunately, due to mass commercial development and the tourism industry booming so much down here from people from mostly from Northern Europe, particularly England and Germany, it has kind of succumbed to being filled with large high skyscrapers, you know, big mega hotels, kind of like a little bit Vegas-y, a little bit Miami. And this is one of the few that have remained. Basically, the further up you go from the sea, the less touristy it gets. And it truly is beautiful. I mean, you see flowers hanging from balconies, vines coming down from the buildings. So definitely take some time and go for a little stroll. We're here in September, so mid to late September actually. So as most of the world's kind of coming out of summer and slowly going into fall, it's still very much summer here in the south of Spain. It gets very hot midday, right? So what a lot of towns do in southern Spain is they take a siesta in the middle of the day. A siesta means things kind of close down. People relax, museums close, stores close, a lot of restaurants close as well, but some stay open for the tourism industry. I find that in Nerja, since it's a big international community, things stay open a little bit more in the afternoon than they do in other cities in Andalusia in the south of Spain. But what I recommend you do is around midday is always get out of the sun, relax a little bit, get a wine, get some tapas. Tapas are basically little dishes that come with a drink, right? They're often free. Depending, if you're in a big city, they're usually not, but if you're in a smaller village like this, if you order one drink, so say a wine or some kind of cocktail, a little dish will come with it, and the tapas are fantastic. They're very good. So just do that. Don't go all out and get a big thing at a restaurant unless you're really hungry. You're not going to be because it's so hot, right? Come, get a drink, get a couple tapas, relax for a couple hours before the night starts again later in the night. And then there's a whole thing with restaurants and music and dancing and a whole nightlife. I really love that the Spanish really know how to enjoy life, and I love that they take a break in the middle of the day.
We're chasing the easy life. We're chasing the easy life.
So when you're in Nerja, you definitely have to check out the beaches. Now there are beaches all along the Nerja coast, but the two that are most accessible that you can just walk to right from the city center are Playa Calahonda and Playa Calajita, right? And one is on the one side of the Balcon de Europa and the one is on the other side. And they're both beautiful and they're both really amazing. You get excellent views of these southern Andalusian mountains, right? You can just hear the waves, and the water is this crystal clear turquoise, just magnificent color. And then it's right along these Mediterranean ancient stones. It really truly is something fascinating to see and to do. I gotta say, this beach is absolutely fantastic. It's got this turquoise blue water on this rocky Mediterranean ancient shore, right? And everyone's just having a great time, and it's right down from the main old town. It truly is beautiful, and it's something that you have to experience when you're visiting the Costa del Sol. Another thing to note, this may be very strange for my American viewers, is that you will see women topless on the beach. Obviously, I can't show that, but you will see that. Don't freak out, but you know, when in Europe, when in the Costa del Sol, enjoy.
I've really enjoyed showing you around beautiful Nerja. If you enjoy this kind of travel content, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, give the video a like, and share it with someone who might want to visit here too. And if you have any questions at all about visiting Nerja, drop them in the comments. I'm always happy to help. Also, take a look around the channel page for more travel videos like this one. Until next time guys, take care, bye.